And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Wright's got it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing again on second down. Newton, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Tack McKinley. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Here we go. Here we go. 20. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Bandit.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
Quick the edge. Go. Gun. Right there. 54, right there. Shot. 54 Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Mike 5.
Out of the gun, Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go. Hey, watch that. Check. Go. Mike 54. Target. Express. 54. Great. 54 Mike. Switch up. Mike.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that's caught inside the 35. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
Check. Gun. Lucky. Great. Mike 54.
Newton on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21.
Yeah, Greg, Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
Check. Watch 54. Here we go. Let's go.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
20.
First carry from Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Mike Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Play action, it's Taylor. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but now it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action now, Taylor. And that's caught inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a 1st down.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but
and his first carry, he loses the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
Yeah, baby. We got it.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Break up. 180. 8. Check 31. 8. Check 3. No. Off. Hayward. Mike 4.
On first down, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
To throw again on second down. Newton. He's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This is something that we expected to see. McCaffrey used out of the backfield. 107 catches in 2018, the most in one season by an NFL running back.
20. Watch safety creep.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. On third down, Newton. That's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Kenyon Barner, deep for Atlanta. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 for deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. This time Taylor will throw. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
The throw by Taylor there, knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second that he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Brian Burns drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Mike,
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can drive as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
20. 8. 54. Off. 54. Know your job. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You got nothing in there. Express! Right there. 54. Right there.
On second and 11 now. Newton. Complete to right. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Great. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On first and 10, Newton. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Tack McKinley in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing is Newton. And a little floater there is incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Here's Newton. Airing it out for Olsen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
Here we go.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. Now Taylor back into his end zone. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's first and 10. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They go play action with Taylor. And finding the tight end Hooper. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action, now Taylor. This complete to Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 yards, 1st down Atlanta.
We're closing in on halftime, and that's Julio's first catch of the game. That's got to be a surprise for not just us, but even the defense, who's done a heck of a job taking him away from the Falcons.
From the red zone now, here's Taylor on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Taylor. Throwing again. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Taylor. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. He's got Hooper on the short connection, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter. Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Taylor now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Taylor will throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter. Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one. Has that happened to you before? No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game? Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now? Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it. Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. And none of them being done very confidently. Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
That's it. Check, Wade. Check. 45 to Mike. Go 20. We got this. Hold it. 45 to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. 45.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one. Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Gun. Gun. 8. I get it.
From the 39, Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Check. Undercrush. Joker. Great. That's it.
Newton now to throw. And he's going to find Hogan here, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton taking a shot for Samuel. And this is caught. A big play there for Carolina. 46 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Davis, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Mike Davis with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys, bring it up.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They run. Devontae Freeman. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Taylor, and he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And the Falcons 1st down.
Taylor now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
1st and goal.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. From the gun, it's Taylor. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back.
And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Panthers' 44-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Taylor. He's got Hooper on the short connection. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now in this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. That one 28 yards on the ground. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On the ground, McCaffrey. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Important extra point up and through, and the lead is now 21-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He's back to throw. This one caught by Ridley. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Taylor to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
He'll look to throw. And it's caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And that's caught. It's Hogan. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Newton. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
8. Mike, 45. Take me up. Here we go. 45.
Newton to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Great. Don't be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Hayward. Wild Bill.
Now it's Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a long day. Great. Check Mike.
Newton. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We own it. Gun. Mike 5-4. Hustle. Express. 54 is Mike. Check. Hey. 54. Blue down.
To the air again, Newton. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete, 7 seconds remaining. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. It's a party now.
Throwing again, Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Buying time, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Taylor. And he'll find Hall. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 2nd and 11 now. Taylor toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Taylor. He's going to... Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
First throw in overtime for Newton. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Atlanta, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now, and they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against